Yeah, we back live for episode 101 of Sucio Sports presented by Dubby Energy. Man, took a couple weeks off after episode 100, man, because like we just life be life, and sometimes you just need a little break. You know what I'm saying? So good to be with y'all again. Um, Shout out to the homie Sloan for reposting the stream for us. We get them notifications now. Like sometimes I used to not get it, so it comes sporadic. You know, sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. But like, shout out to him for reposting that for us, bro. This Phoenix OKC game is this game is basically just taking up uh power and battery space on my iPad because this is ridiculous right now. OKC is up by 50 with 5 minutes left. It's ridiculous. But yeah, man, this is the NBA Cup quarterfinals. I think the next game is going to be the Lakers and the Spurs. So that's going to be an interesting matchup to peep out, though, and see how exactly the Lakers plan on defending Wemby and, you know, what they're going to do, so on and so forth. Who's going to be healthy and playing for the Lakers and who's not. Yeah, man, it's going to be hopefully that game will be a much better game than this one was because this one was putrid, is what I'll say. The Suns have been terrible just about the whole start of the season, and it doesn't look like it's going to get any better for them, unfortunately. So, shout out to the Suns fans, man, for having to endure Suns basketball this season. For real, for real. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, man, like we always like to open the show with that NFL theme, NFL films. I'm sorry, theme music, because it is football season, and that's like our biggest, most favorite thing that we pay attention to here on the pod. Or just football is king in America, so we always gonna kick it off with football. But I just have to touch on that game because I'm sitting here still watching it like a pain freak. But hey, man, it is what it is. Hopefully, like I said, the Lakers and the Spurs coming on next won't be as bad. Had to turn down the TV because I got AEW on the TV. Kyle Fletcher just hit a stupid power bomb on Speedball Mike Bailey, and Speedball already got like welts on his back. So, but anyway, man, yeah. With the NFL, let's see. Here it goes. Last week, I was kind of looking forward to the Detroit Dallas game, and then Detroit ended up winning by 2 touchdowns in a high scoring game, 44-30. So that didn't really turn out how I thought it would. There was another game that I thought was, I forgot to write them down for last week just to keep track of them, even though we didn't do a show or anything. But I know Houston and Kansas City was one that I was looking forward to because I wanted to see if the Texans could finally get the monkey off their back and beat the Chiefs, number one, but beat them in Kansas City in the cold. And they pretty much punked Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. That defense slapped the hell out of them. Slapped them around. I mean, just Patrick Mahomes has never had a game where he's thrown for no touchdowns and 3 interceptions. So that was just, hey, look, bro. That game was one of the games that I was eyeing coming into week 14. I was looking forward to that Thursday night game because both teams they played on Thanksgiving, and then a week later you play on the Thursday night game the week after Thanksgiving. So it's like it gives you a full perfect week. You know what I'm saying? So I was, and on top of that, you got those two teams are legit like fighting for playoff spots and stuff. So it has, it had a lot to go on with that. Like there was a lot that went into that game, basically. And Lions end up just like saying, hey, we here. We establishing ourselves. So that gave them a leg up in the competition for that final playoff spot, and actually ended up putting the Cowboys like a half game behind the Carolina Panthers because they have that tie. Carolina has 7; they're 7-6. Cowboys are 6-6-1 now. So it did have a little bit of an impact on that final playoff spot in the race. On the Minnesota, yeah. I bet y'all on the Minnesota. Another interesting game that happened this past weekend was Titans and the Browns. So Shadur had his breakout game with 364 yards passing. Titans ended up winning 31-29. Cleveland went for 2 at the end of the game, and it didn't turn out the way Kevin Stefanski thought it would, with the Quinshawn Judkins taking a direct snap, taking Shadur out of the game and whatnot. But here's the deal. I'm happy that Shadur had a good game. I'm happy that they named him a starter for the rest of the season. Now it's time to go and show and prove. You know what I'm saying? It's time to go show and prove. Because the hype and everything is one thing, but when you actually get a chance to play and you go out there and you actually ball out and you look good and you show certain things that you're capable of, certain skills and whatnot, I'm all for that. What I'm not for is you shit the bed and then people blindly defend you, or you look average and people, make it more than what it is. I'm not for the blind hype. A lot of the times, yeah, that 2-point play, it wasn't a great call. And I mean, like Shadur even said it himself, they not gonna call that play unless they successfully run it in practice. You know what I'm saying? What up, Dre? Um, so they're not gonna call that play unless they successfully run it already in practice. So that's number one. So we don't have to we can put that away as an excuse right there. The thing is, Judkins was supposed to pitch or hand off the ball and he didn't. And that totally screwed everything up. That was on him. But it was on the coach putting him in that position. Even though, that's something that you've run successfully in practice and it worked and y'all felt good about it. So y'all put it in the game plan and everything. It just, there had to have been a better play than that. Had to. But I digress. Again, like I was saying, the love that Shadur gets, I'm all for it. I just don't. I want people to be honest when he does not play well, and don't make excuses or anything like that. Like there's times where people will defend their favorites or certain players or whatever to the end, but it's like, at what detriment? Like, are they really that good? Are they really worth dying on that hill for? Or are you just going a little bit above and beyond because you have more of a personal interest in that person being successful? Hey, that's you. Oh no, you don't need to worry about the all 22. Because on that play, had he pitched it, that runner also had somebody out lead blocking for him that was pulling. I want to say it was a tight end, but you know, it's it was a good game. I'm just glad that the kid is finally getting the chance to actually play, and hopefully, prayerfully, on the opposite side of that, Cam Ward, they get him some weapons and some protection. Because my goodness gracious, like Tony Pollard had a really good game against a really tough Browns defense. For him to average 6.4 yards a carry against that defense, like straight up, hats off to him because that defense is nothing nice. Oh, the Pittsburgh Baltimore game. I knew it was another one. Listen, that was a touchdown catch by Likely. That was a touchdown catch by Likely, in my opinion. I mean, three moves and the third move resulted in the ball coming out or whatever, and then you're gonna say it's not a touchdown. Like, come on, man. Like that's to me that's just a bunch of bullshit. I don't like it. I think that was definitely a catch. That was a touchdown and should have been ruled as such. Um, because if he caught the ball, he was running towards the end zone. The tip of the nose of the ball, all it has to do is touch the edge of the nose of the plane for it to be considered a touchdown. So like it's just like this. Okay, boom, touchdown. It don't have to be here or all the way. The ball has to cross all the way over, or like no, it just boom right there, touchdown. So why is if a player is catching the ball in the end zone? I mean, I understand you want to make sure he establishes the catch, but he had control of the ball. Tap one foot, tap the other foot. That should have been it. But we shall see. Um, but that also pushed the Ravens down. Now they're about 2 games out of the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans for that last playoff spot. Texans got the head-to-head advantage over the Colts, so they get that last playoff spot as of right now. The Ravens at 6-7 are looking up to those 8-5 teams. With the Colts bringing in literally Paw Philip Rivers to their quarterback room this week. 44 years old. Insane that this man is coming back to play the game with 10 kids and one of those kids giving him a kid to make him a grandfather. And he's a Hall of Fame semifinalist. Semifinalist, I think. Yeah, I think he's on the semifinalist list this year. So if he gets into a game and plays, resets his Hall of Fame clock for another 5 years. Kelsey is ass. That was a touchdown. Philip Rivers is fit to do. Hey man, Kelsey is one of those examples of somebody whose play just totally fell off. Like I don't. He started to kind of fall off, or wasn't as relied upon the last year or so. Like last year was kind of tough for him. And coming into this year, he just hasn't had the impact. Yeah, Rivers is back, dog. Rivers is actually back. Speaking of being back,
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey guys,
what's up?
can y'all hear me?
I could barely hear you.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Am I still low? Oh. Jesus.
Better with the
Jesus.
mic. Much better.
Ooh. Ooh. Need a haircut, guys. I'm sorry. Nigga, hoodie keys is back for real. I can't tell you what's under this motherfucker.
Hey, dog.
Sheesh.
I
So
know.
guys, it's been a few weeks, man. How y'all doing? Y'all good? Everybody good, man? Everybody got love?
Yeah, man. I was just going over the standards in the NFL, like how some of these teams took crucial losses, and it like Baltimore basically looking up at a 2 game deficit, Baltimore and Kansas City, and now Miami all looking up at a 2 game deficit for that last playoff spot.
Hey man, Baltimore. If Baltimore win the division, which is very possible, Dre, what up, my dude? I'm good, bro. I'm love, man. It's been a rough couple weeks, man. How about? Hey man, you know what? That's what we not doing. We not coming back starting with that shit. And Monday didn't happen. Also, just want to put that out there.
Hey
Zero.
man, that game, I'm not gonna lie, that was one game I was like looking forward to, and then I'm like, I
It was
was
good.
working.
It
It
was
was
very
just
good
like I
until
was just like that.
literally.
It was not the game I was expecting from them two teams. I'll say it like that.
I don't. It wasn't. It was bad, but it won't bad. It was very competitive, and then at that very end, it was just like,
Yeah, it's sometimes it be games like that, man. That just like you weren't expecting that game to turn out like that. Like that Cleveland Tennessee game I was just talking about. I wasn't expecting that game to turn out like that either.
really?
No, bro. What's his name? I just said it. Tony Pollard ran for 161 on that Cleveland defense,
All right. So Tony Pollard turned into Reggie Bush 2.0 out of nowhere.
bruh.
That shit was fire. But I knew. I'm gonna tell you why I knew it was gonna be a good game because of the two quarterbacks. I'm gonna tell you, and you should know why because we talked about this
Mm-hmm.
going into the draft last year and all of last year, like during college, was the two of them are so competitive with each other.
Mm-hmm.
I knew this was the first time they get to play each other on the big stage now, which is what they wanted. And I knew it would be competitive between the two of them. Damn, the rest of the team, the two of them are gonna put on a show, and they did. If you want to be honest, both. If you look at both of their stats, like they both played really well. Shador had that one pass, that one interception that was just, you know what I mean? He's young, he a rookie. I like that though. To be honest, I would rather my I know my rookie, I know my quarterback period is not gonna have a perfect game. Hell, look at mine. Had five turnovers. He had a fumble and an interception in the same play. How does that happen? But
Bruh. That was
outside of
some
that,
insane shit.
that was. But outside of the one interception that he threw, he damn
Uh-huh.
near had a flawless game against Tennessee. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't even his fault that they lost. Like in my opinion, that loss was not on him at all. It was really on the coaching staff and on the defense, honestly. But I think him and Cam played great games. I honestly think he outplayed Cam in that game. If you want to be honest,
Oh yeah, I definitely think he outplayed him.
I'm having trouble hearing
That's
you.
for sure.
I think so.
Cause like Shadur had 3 touchdowns, Cam had two, but I mean Cam only completed 50% of his passes.
That's why I turned the wrong thing down. Am I louder now?
Yes.
Okay, I had that mic turned down.
Yeah, but
That tells you how long I ain't been here, cause nigga, I can't even work the mic. That's crazy. Pause.
I
Oh,
mean
ooh,
Shadur only
pause.
completed about
Shit.
55% of his passes, but it was just like they with him connecting on bigger plays and throwing for more yards and more touchdowns, that's what really did it for him.
And the crazy thing is the difference with him and Gabriel, and maybe it's just because the team believes in Shador, and you can see it in the offseason. Like, while some people weren't excited that he got drafted, there were damn near the whole team that was excited about him. When you got defensive players that are excited about what you draft on offense, like you see Miles Garrett is excited about that young man at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Um, You could, and then it's the young pieces that they have too. They have a young running back in Quinshawn Judkins, who's a rookie. You got a
Mm-hmm.
young Jerry Judy is still young. Um,
Well,
your
another
wide
thing
receiver
too.
room is young. Your tight
Shador can
ends,
push the ball down the field further than Dylan
then
Gabriel
Gabriel.
can.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
that adds to it, and he has a stronger arm. I mean, it's still like, I wish he had a little bit more pop to it, but
yeah.
he got a little bit more arm talent
And he
than Dylan
moves
Gabriel
well.
does.
He
Yeah,
moves
and it
well
makes
out
a
of the
difference.
pocket.
Yeah.
Um, I think the only thing that's going to be the problem now is right. He's the starter for the rest of the season, which is perfectly okay. They got Deshaun coming back. That's where the issue comes in because is he? I know he is okay sitting, being number two because he
Mm-hmm.
clearly should be number two behind Deshaun. That's still Deshaun's team, and I still think the team looks way better with Deshaun at the helm. Um,
Man,
I
that's if
think
that
should
dude even can come back and know how to play fucking football.
you know what's crazy, bro? And I said this to somebody. He went from being one of the best QBs statistically in the league when he was with Houston. Then everything, like the bottom fell out and everything happened. And I try to tell everybody. I was talking to somebody about it, and they were like, they don't get it. I'm like, bro, that type of stuff going on can mentally, like once it comes
Mm-hmm.
out, I'll say that once it comes out and it's in the media and it's out
Mm-hmm.
there and the scrutiny and all this and that,
Mm-hmm.
um, it mentally can mess with you. You know what I mean? Like not everybody's Kobe. Not everybody can fly to Colorado, go to court, sit there through all of that, and then come back and drop 50 points in the game. You know what I mean? Like that's not everybody's mentally tough for stuff like that. And it's taking a huge toll on him. Then he's gone through the injuries now. He may not be the same person, but I still think Deshaun at 65% is probably better than a lot of what they've had. So
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be interesting to see how they handle quarterback going into next season.
Stefanski
It's gonna be
should be
real.
fired.
It's gonna be interesting to see how that is, bro. Let's
I
put
don't
a
even know
pause
how.
right
I don't
there.
even know why he still has a job. That's just
Let
funny.
Let's put a pause right there, cause like the obvious sabotage. Come on, man. The man he gets paid for winning, and he's already sucked since he's been there because the situation has been messed up at the quarterback position since he got there.
Okay.
So why would he sabotage something that could help him save his job? Please explain that to me.
I'm gonna be real, Jermaine, and I've seen you say this. You are the only person who thinks that. Literally everyone, everybody feels like this man has been sabotaging and he should have been gone. Like literally, and not just regular people like you and I, and I'm talking about like everybody I've seen on TV, all of the former players on podcasts. Hell, I've even heard Skip say it. I've heard Stephen A. Of course, Unc and them. Like I've heard it everywhere.
Yeah,
Everybody feels
because
like
they
this
they
man
every
is
everybody want to jump on that train. And, like
nah.
it's
I'm
some
on the
it's
train
like
too.
if we gonna say something, I won't say he's sabotaging it.
Maybe
I
that's the wrong
say
word.
yeah. I'm not gonna say he's sabotaging it. I'm gonna say
Collusion.
like it is like he probably wanted Gabriel,
He wanted who he wanted.
and somebody else said, "Nah, we still drafting this kid." And so now he's in a situation where he's forced to play him, and it's like, how can you don't know if the play call it makes sense, Dre? Now that 2 point conversion, I don't
But they
like I
also
was
been
just
running.
saying
They've
earlier,
been
that
running
two
that all season
that
because they
two
ran
point
it with
conversion is
Gabriel
on
too.
Judkins. That 2 point conversion is on Judkins because he was supposed to pitch it, and when
Because
he
a lot
messed
of
that
people
up,
were
that screwed up the
saying
play.
they didn't understand why Shador wasn't in that time. But I'm like, if you've been anybody who actually watched the Browns this season, they've been running that a lot. They even ran it with Gabriel when he was at quarterback, where they took him out and tried to run the same play. So it had that had nothing to do with Shador and trying to sabotage him like some people thought it was. That's
Mm-hmm.
just something Stefanski has been running all season. Like that was, I don't know if that was him or the offensive coordinator's call, but that's literally something they've been running all season. Would I rather have seen Shador in that moment take that chance? Sure. The boy been balling all game. Why not give him a chance to go win the game, or at least get you in a position to go into overtime and win it? But that particular play is something they've done all season. So I wasn't too shocked that they did that.
Yeah, I wasn't shocked about it either. It was the fact that he was having a hot game, and so you should ride the hot hand. That was my problem with that 2 point conversion play right there.
Yeah,
But like what I'm gonna be what I get upset at is like somebody one time said he had a great game. And I was like, huh? He like barely completed 50% of his passes, and it was like I was like, no, bro, that's not a good game. That's not a great game.
I think people said that first game was great, but also it was him coming off of barely having time with the first team. The
It it,
second
it, it was
game,
it was either the first or the second, but I remember
the
he had like
second game was better.
he had
The
like
defense
200
just
or
played horrible.
he had like 200 or so passing yards, right? 118 of them passing yards came on 2 plays.
Hmm.
And I'm like, come on, man. You can't have a great game where 65% of your passing plays come on, 65% of your passing yards come on 2 plays
I
that you
think
just so happen to make. Like, we gotta I like to see more consistency from him. And what I think is also happening is this is the issue that I have with the play calling. Cater it more to what his strengths are.
hmm,
And like that short, quick decision passing plays where you got a lot of like curls, flats, outs, ins,
because you know
slants, drags.
the good thing about what he has with the Browns is very similar
Mm-hmm.
to what he had with Colorado, and that speed. He has a lot of speed. He actually has the speed on offense.
Mm-hmm.
He got a Jerry Judy that can go downfield and go get it. He has a Fannin Jr. who can go downfield and go get it. And Joku damn sure can. And he's a 20-yard threat once you get into that red zone. I like a lot of what the Browns have. Once they figure out who that quarterback is, they stick with that quarterback and develop them. I think the Browns are going to be a tough team. I love their young pieces on offense as far as the wide receiver room, the running back room. They're two tight ends with Njoku and Fannin.
Mm-hmm.
The defense is amazing, to be honest. I mean, I think they have a great young team that can be built as long as they keep everybody together. I do think they have to pick a quarterback going forward and stick with them next season. If it's going to be Deshaun, if it's going to be Shador, um, also, if Stefanski's fired, it's that next quarter, that next, I say quarter, that next coach.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as what he wants to do, as far with that room,
Mm-hmm.
does he want to stick with the veteran Deshaun, or are they going to let Deshaun go and let him go figure something out somewhere else? Because he's a good vet that can come into a lot of teams. And look at the Raiders.
Well,
The Raiders could use a good vet right now
that
with
that
that money.
contract is that
What are
contract is
Well,
whew.
you know he restructured it down though, so it's not as big as it was. Remember, it went down to one something because of him. It originally it was 262, and then when he got hurt at the last season, when he got hurt, he restructured it down so that way they can move it around and make
Yeah,
room.
but there's an $80 million cap hit for next season.
80's not bad compared to that damn contract Atlanta gave Cousins. His is light. Cousins shit is horrible. Atlanta can't get out of that shit. They can release him, but it's gonna hit them for a good number. They can't trade him because nobody's gonna want to take that's the contract that everybody's stuck on. That Cousins one, you can't move off that at all. But
There is a $57.5 million cap hit on that one.
on the Cousins one,
Yep.
okay. Oh,
That's what I
that's
was
better.
saying. Like I
Because
had
hold
to I
on,
had to look
Cousins
back
going
at
in
it.
this is year 2 in Cousins' contract. Next year would be year
Right.
3. So he
Right.
got the bulk of his money in these first 2 years, I believe.
It's no, well, really, it's the cap hits change. Um, it would be, yeah, it'd be a 35, it would be 57 and a half cap hit, and they would have 35 million in dead space. Whereas
I'm not gonna
Cleveland
lie. I
has for
don't think
2026 an 80.7 million dollar cap hit and 131 million in dead
if
space.
this was before the trade deadline, Sloan, I would agree with you that Indy would. If because of this injury, they would have never if it was before trade deadline, they wouldn't even have looked or even thought about Phillip Rivers. They would have made a trade for one of these other quarterbacks, clearly. Especially with the injuries they have in their quarterback room already. They probably would have reached for Cousins because their quarterback, you know what I mean? They wouldn't have went that way. But now that going into next season, I think they like Daniel Jones going forward. I think they
Mm-hmm.
like what they've had from him this season,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna stick with him at least for the next couple years, and then figure out. Plus, they got Riley Leonard behind him that they can develop. I don't think Riley Leonard was a bad quarterback in Notre Dame. He was actually pretty
But
decent.
the only thing is a lot of times some of them quarterbacks coming out of college, they get exposed for their arm strength and their arm talent. And you can't get away with having a pop gun arm in the NFL. Like it
Yeah,
just don't work. And the thing is, you know, people could talk about other quarterbacks who may not have strong arms or whatever, but there's certain throws that you need to be able to make in the NFL, and there's certain windows that you have to be able to throw in and throw guys open and different things like that because it's at the nth degree of who is the top of the top at that very high level. And we talking about there's a active roster of 53 players, 32 teams. So it's about 15, 1,600 people on this planet that play in this league. So it's like you got to be able to make certain throws. And if you can't make those throws, you're going to get exposed real quick, real easy in the NFL. And we've seen that with certain quarterbacks. And then there's been times where, coaches have been able to make enough adjustments and whatnot to say, like, okay, I know this is the system that I need to play with because this is the type of quarterback that I have or whatever it is. And it's been cool to see it though, man. Like the way some of these guys have actually like changed the way they call plays and the way the league has evolved over time to where we could see a quarterback like a Jalen Hurts, uh, Jackson Dart, Bo Nix. Um, you would see guys like a Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. Like Cam Newton used to be something special. Now it's all kind of quarterbacks that's like 6'4", 6'5", 230, 240, 250
it's
that
the
can
norm
run.
now.
Yeah. And this is why it so bothered me when Lamar was coming out and it was still all that BS why he should be a wide receiver talk. I'm like, come on, man. Like quarterbacks like Randall Cunningham and Michael Vick and Steve Young. Fuck, if we could go as far back as freaking Fran Tarkenton with the Vikings in the 70s.
We could
Like,
go
what are
back.
we talking
There
about?
was I watched that whole black quarterback documentary, and they were talking.
Oh,
Um
bro.
what's his name? I cannot think.
I
Not Warren
remember which one
Moon.
you're talking about.
It's before. It was before Warren Moon. He played for Indiana. I mean, for the Colts. Uh,
Oh,
it's gonna kill
hold
me.
up.
Right.
He played for the state. There was another one that played for the Steelers too.
Um, it's gonna kill me until I figure it out. So
I'm about
I
to
have
look
to
it up right now.
black Colts QB history. Um, George Taliaferro. Was it him?
Telefero. Hold up.
Mm,
Willie Thrower. Where was Willie Thrower? Where did he play at? Hold up.
yeah, that's what it was. It was George Taliaferro. I can't say that name, but
No, he was with
Taliaferro.
the Bears. That's not him. I can't find it.
What the one I was talking about is him. Is George?
Teleferro?
Yeah, that's because I
Okay.
remember they were talking. They when I watched the Prime documentary about the black quarterbacks,
Mm-hmm.
they talked about him being one of the early pioneers that nobody talks about. As far as
Mm.
being that dual threat that could run and pass.
Yeah. 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 It was some bro. It like I just remember growing up, like Doug Flutie, um, Randall Cunningham, just seeing some of the guys that I saw, like I'll be honest with you, like locally, and this is the reason why I be telling Dre he gotta chill out talking about Vance Joseph. Bro, Vance Joseph led his high school team to the state championship game as a 15-year-old sophomore. Bruh, I'm talking about one of the like he was just like this super athletic quarterback. And we talk about 1986, 87. Then I want to say his brother or cousin did it like the following year or the year after or something like that, a couple years
Mhm.
later. And then like when I was in high school, their younger cousin Derek ended up doing the same thing. And I remember because I went to Tulane with Derek.
Save some time for the Michigan story.
Hey yo,
Oh, we are. Oh, don't worry about
we it's coming, it's
it.
coming, bro. It's coming, it's coming. Trust me.
He was
But
too.
nah,
Bow.
hold up.
I'm back. Don't worry about it. I'm back.
I couldn't
Hey,
find the fucking button fast enough.
boom, boom, bow.
I gotta find a way to program that one in here.
What about Quincy Carr? Hey, Quincy was. Let me tell you something. I hate that fucking star. Y'all know that. I despise that fucking star. There have been two quarterbacks that wear that star that were, until y'all are playing us, I root for them. Quincy Carter was one of them, and Dak is the other. Because I do like Dak. I love Dak. I
Hmm.
think Dak is a phenomenal, amazing quarterback. I hate him when we're playing y'all. Other than that, I actually enjoy watching Dak play. Um, but Quincy was one of them, man. I love Quincy.
Yeah.
I did own a Quincy Carter jersey. I'll admit that out loud. Uh, Quincy was him though. Like I really was a fan of him. I'm a fan of all black quarterbacks for the most part because there at one point there weren't many of us. Now there's an abundance of us. But Quincy was one of those where I was so proud that he was the quarterback of that team because throughout history, I don't think there ever was one. I'm pretty sure he was the first one. It might have been one before him, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not. I don't care about Dallas history. But to see a black quarterback at the helm of that team, it was dope to see. And to see Dak do it later, is dope to see also. So, but yeah, I love Quincy. I thought Quincy had an arm, he could move. Um, yeah.
Yeah, man. There were some very talented quarterbacks back then that I used to love watching play. And I remember like Steve McNair, Donovan McNabb, Dante Culpepper, guys like
Oh,
that.
Dante was my favorite quarterback, bro.
Bro,
Like
like and to
I
be
love.
real with
I'm
you,
gonna be
it
honest.
really
I
got
love
started.
the. I love the Miami years. Everybody talk about them Viking years
Uh-huh.
with Moss.
Uh-huh.
True. If you're a true Culpepper fan, you would them Miami years were actually really fucking good. Like I think they were. I I ain't saying because they didn't win anything. He was still excited. The team was ass. The team, but to watch him, I enjoyed.
Hey, the one
Let me
who
see what was the
really
last
like
jersey I bought.
the one who really kicked it off for me, or like made it, started making it like possible, was Cordell Stewart.
I would say Cordell and McNair. Watching them two play, because
Yeah.
McNair had he was a bigger Cordell was just dope, but Cordell had the legs, he had the arm, he could move out of the pocket. Um, and then the same thing with McNair. McNair had that arm. He was a
Mm-hmm.
bigger quarterback. He
Yep.
was if he started to run, he was bowling you over.
Bruh. It was watching him play quarterback, and then when they had him and Eddie George on the same team,
My God.
and you look in the offensive huddle, and like, okay, you see five linemen, Frank Wycheck at tight end. Um, you had what's his name, Derek Mason at wide receiver, and I can't remember the other receiver name or whatever. You see, okay, and it's like, hey, who them two linebacking looking motherfuckers that's in the offensive huddle? Oh, that's their quarterback and their running back.
I'm talking about sitting like this, bro, with the pads on, like your
Bruh.
quarterback coming like with no neck.
Your quarterback 6'2", 240. Your running back 6'3", 240, 250. Like, come on, dog. Like that wasn't fair.
Hey, that's Warren Moon and Doug Williams, bro.
Yes, for sure.
If y'all, I'll
Like,
say this: if y'all have not watched that Black quarterback documentary on Prime, please do. It's
is worth it,
it
bro.
educated
It
me
is
on a lot of
so worth it,
players that
man.
I did not
So worth it.
know about, but of course the ones that we did know, but so many that I did not know about. It was beautifully done, beautifully done.
Yeah, I really like it was the way, I like the way it was done, and I like the way they kind of laid out the history of it and moved along that timeline and brought you through and showed you
Talk to
everything.
each quarter, like the ones that are still
Right,
here with us.
right,
Talk to them, and it was
right.
definitely amazing, definitely amazing.
Yeah, it was real dope, real dope. Yeah, but
See,
nah, man, like
that's what we
getting
here
back
for,
to it,
education.
this NFL though, like right now, this playoff picture, and I highlighted it when Colorado Dre said something about the Broncos being 11-2 this year. Like,
And they still
I,
ass.
it's so crazy because I when we picked divisions, I said I think the Broncos gonna win this division.
He did.
I had no clue it was gonna go this good.
I didn't think it was gonna
No
be
clue it was gonna go this good.
so. Remember, I said I didn't think the Chiefs, like the bottom, was gonna just totally fall out with them, but it does happen. Like even the Patriots had down years. You know what I mean? They weren't dominant
Yeah,
every season. They also didn't miss the playoffs a lot, but they weren't absolutely killing every season either. They had a year or two where they wouldn't do anything, and then the next year come back and put their foot on the NFL's neck. So, and that very well could be what may happen with the Chiefs. You know what I mean? Like, you got to think they had injuries this year. They had players in and out. I still think that's one of the best offenses in the NFL. On any given healthy Sunday, they can put up 50, 40, 50 on you because of the players that they have on that offense, the run game, the wide receivers, the Kelsey when he gets out of his head or gets out of Taylor Swift's ass, whichever one comes first. But I heard what you were saying when I was in the waiting room too. You were totally right. Kelsey has not been the same since he's been with her, and I have said this that ever since he's been with that girl, he has been ass, ass,
bro. But the
ass,
funny thing
ass.
about it is,
And
the
that might
funny
be
thing.
happiness. Happiness does that to you, I guess. I
Wait,
don't
but
know.
the funny thing about it is though, is like we gotta look at it, bro. Travis Kelsey like 37.
That too.
He ain't no spring chicken.
He's not. He barely
Like,
wanted to play this year. he
yeah,
really
like
he was
we
gonna
we can't
retire.
we can't we can't just blame it on, oh, it's Taylor
I also
Swift.
did not realize he's been in the league that long. I really thought Kelsey was
36,
younger.
my bad, 36.
That's even older than I thought because I really thought he was a lot younger than that. To be completely honest,
No,
I didn't realize he's been in the league that long.
yeah, bro.
Like I sometimes you don't realize players have been there for that long because they were under the radar for X amount of years. And
Hmm.
then once the team starts blossoming and popping, now you know who they are. So
bro. I put it to you like this here.
Hey, that Tony
When
Jessica one was crazy. I was
when
still tripping when he was getting Hey, Tony went down when boy. Hey, look, the streets was hyped because they were like, Tony got Jessica Simpson,
hey,
and
bro,
then he went.
listen. I knew it was coming towards the end for Travis Kelsey when his brother retired. Because I remember they're close in age. I was like, all right, Kelsey about to retire. Travis about to retire soon. Because him and Jason are pretty close in age.
I wish
So it's
Jason came
like,
back this year. I wish he would have. We needed
bro,
Jason.
look at what
We
happened to the Lions. Frank Ragnow decided, yeah, I'm gonna come out of retirement. He fucking failed the physical.
Some people, I mean, that's just what it is. I'm surprised. Old boy passed that motherfucker for the Colts. Shit.
Hey man, listen,
So you know what's crazy, Total Dallas?
that shit was wild.
I'm weird when it comes to this, but I don't think the Chiefs need a definitive wide receiver one. It sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy. I don't think they. If you look at all
Hey,
of the receivers they have in a receiver room,
mm-hmm.
they have about three that could interchange out at wide receiver one at any point. I don't think they have to have a definitive. This is wide receiver one.
I will put it to you like this, and I
Not
said
all
this.
teams can do that. Most teams you have to
Mm-hmm,
have a definitive who's wide receiver one and two.
mm-hmm.
I don't think they do, even though we know it's Rasheed Rice.
Here's the thing. I said this before, and I'll say it again, and I'll keep saying it. The Chiefs need another big body target
Yeah,
that they can rely on because Kelsey is no longer that guy. And whether you get it at the tight end spot or the wide receiver spot, they need
you
another
got to.
big body that they can rely on.
Whether it's
And
draft or free agency, you're
it's
right
it's
though.
got to come from somewhere. I mean, like these other tight ends that they got in the room, like I thought they had a couple of them the last few years that might be able to step up and assume that role or whatever, or start to assume that role at tight end, but they
They
haven't
do.
done it.
So they
They just
do have a
haven't done
big
it.
body wide receiver, but and he played great at the beginning of the season when everybody was hurt. And then once everybody came back, he slid because everybody is back and you got to put them back where they were as at the top. It slid him down, but they actually have it in what's the young man? Taylor? I think his last name is
Tyquan Thornton,
Thornton. I'm sorry, Thornton. Yeah. And he
it's
played great all season while everybody was hurt. Of course, as he was supposed to, he stepped up and assumed the role he was supposed to assume. And then as everybody came back, he slid back because they weren't using him as much because now I got to put Marquise Brown back in because he's healthy. I got to put Rasheed Rice back because now he's back from suspension. Now I got to put, you know what I mean? Everybody was back, so it slid him back and he got lost. Well, the coaches didn't know when and where to use him. I'll say that. It wasn't
yeah,
on him. It was more on and
I mean
I
they
don't think they
they
missing D Hop because D Hop ain't
they
doing shit with the Ravens. Well,
they
I can't
got
say that.
they got they I don't know, bro. They have what they need to succeed. They just like they was just talking about it somewhere I was watching the other
Sometimes you can
just the
have
other
too many
day.
riches.
They what it is those little plays that lead to the momentum swings and stuff, capitalizing on stuff like that. They haven't been making those plays this year. So like those couple of fourth downs that they missed in that game against the Texans, um, it was what like 2 weeks ago they had another game where they like missed a couple of plays here and there and end up losing the game or whatever. Like in the in
It's
the
been
in the
shit
game
like that.
against the Eagles earlier this year
Yep.
when they went 0-2, like they had chances and they missed plays here and
A lot of
there.
their games were like less than 7 point losses. It won't even like big losses. It was
Yeah.
very close, very like it was a stupid play here, stupid play there.
Mm-hmm.
That if that didn't happen or, you know, early on or even late, it would have changed the whole game. So that's why I
Yeah.
said the Chiefs being what they are right now is crazy.
I want to say they were like 12-1 or something crazy like that in the last year or 2 years or whatever in one score games. And then this year they're like 0-6 or something like that, or 0-5 or like 1-4. It's something crazy where their record in one score games totally flip flop to the other side,
Hmm.
and it just be a play here or there, where things will change and stuff at. And so that's just something that they're gonna have to overcome. And if they can't figure it out and figure it out fast and get a little help, look like Chiefs gonna end up missing the playoffs this year.
Hmm.
Um,
Which may not be bad for them. Like sometimes you got to get that.
and
For a
wake up
team like
call.
them, yeah, like a team like them
Mm-hmm.
who's been consistent.
Yeah.
I think sometimes you get ahead of yourself and you just feel like you just take everybody out. Sometimes you got to get taken out yourself, get that smack in the face to be like, damn, that wake up
Mm-hmm.
call. And like I said, the Patriots have had it before. And what did they do? Come back and kill in the Super Bowl. So
And look, right now they're sitting at 11-2, right with Denver for the best record in the AFC.
who is?
New England, they're 11-2 also.
Listen, that shit is so crazy. That, but that, because if you really think about it, that offense really ain't that. I mean, outside of like the run game is fire with Ramondre and Travion.
Mm-hmm.
The quarterback play is very consistent and very like a high level in a sense. Defense is playing lights out. It's the switch of the coaching staff and key pieces being added through free agency and draft. But I mean, I think the NFL is so wide open right now as far as you. I can't pinpoint and say anybody definitively is going to win the Super Bowl.
No, I could say there's teams that I feel confident in. Like if they got there, they could do it, or if they could make it there, or whatever.
I feel like that with us. I was just saying that earlier. I was telling Dre and them that I was in a space and I was saying it. If we make I feel like this is one of those Giants type of years where we're gonna make it.
Who?
The Eagles, because remember the Giants would make the playoffs 8-8, 9-7. They would also be hot going into the playoffs, but they would be 8-8, 9-7 when they make it, and then Super Bowl. I feel like that this year because the offense and defense, I feel like is still one of the best, especially that defense, best in the NFL. I just think it's just figuring out what's wrong and fixing it. I feel like when you look at the rest of the NFC, the Giants are too up and Giants. I'm sorry, the Packers, um, too up and down. I feel like the Lions too up and down. Um, Especially the Packers. The Packers is more that offense, not too much of the defense. Um, and then I'm looking at the rest of the NFC, and I'm not sold. I'm not sold on the
Mm-hmm.
Seahawks.
Bruh, I'm here to tell you that be
It's wide
ready
open. It's very
because the
wide open.
Seahawks defense is legit. Like it's a reason why they
I
ten
believe.
and
Oh no,
three.
no. I believe the Seahawks defense is definitely, and the way they, like I said, it's a lot of teams. Buffalo is another team that they're inconsistent and up and down. They're losing games that they should not lose. That
Yep.
Panthers game should not have
Oh,
lost.
bruh.
Like it's some key games. Like even with that, and I'll say that even with Dallas. Dallas is catching fire at the end of the season at the right time. They may have lost last week, but they're
Mm-hmm.
still catching fire at the right time. They're clicking.
Yeah.
But they also have losses. Again, Panthers also. They have a couple of losses that are like, why? So it's anybody's NFL right now, to be completely honest. I couldn't tell you right now who's gonna win the Super Bowl or who's even gonna be playing in it.
I'll put it to you like this here. I had the Broncos and the Texans and the Bills were like the three teams I would eye in the AFC just because like their defenses are playing pretty good. And then in the NFC, I said it was going to be the Rams, Packers,
I wouldn't say Bron. I
maybe
like
it's
the.
either Eagles or Seahawks is the two teams I'm eyeing for that third spot. And I can't because if the Eagles start playing more consistently on offense, that defense is gonna follow suit.
Yeah,
But the
what it,
Seahawks,
I
they
would say it's the
defense been
flip though.
holding them down, and the offense been giving them enough to play with. So that's why they got the record they got.
And see, that's what we need because our defense is fine. It's the offense. And when the offense is doing quick 3 and outs, quick 4 and outs, and the defense is getting right back on the field after being off for like less than 5 minutes, and then they got to get right back on, it's killing them. So
Yeah. That's why I said, man, like the Eagles need to be, if they can get more consistent moving the ball, they'll find their rhythm because that defense is gonna stay, the defense is gonna stay where they at. But looking into this coming week to wrap up the NFL before we move on real quick, games I'm looking forward to in week 15. I'm gonna say the Chargers and the Chiefs
hmm,
for sure, because that's at Kansas City again. The Chiefs need a win desperately to stay in the hunt,
mm-hmm.
and the Chargers, they're still trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? They still trying to stay in the hunt themselves, and stay ahead of the game because they're a couple games behind the Broncos, but they're in that fifth spot, that top wild card spot. So they want to hold on to that. And you got Buffalo right there at 9-4, and Houston at 8-5, Indianapolis at 8-5 in that AFC. So the AFC is like real competitive. So is that one, Buffalo and New England,
Yeah.
that Chargers Chiefs game.
It's always hard for me to pick three. I always end up finding five. Like I'm looking through it right now and I just counted five. And I'm trying to pick three out of that five. And it's like, because all five of them for literally the same reason in a sense, mostly because both teams need to win. And then a couple of them divisional.
The other one, I think I'm gonna settle on it. I'm gonna go ahead and settle on it just because I want to see how this is gonna play out, and I just want to see what happens. The Colts and the Seahawks.
So that might have been number 6 for me because I was looking at that.
God damn.
No. I was looking at that, but I was like, it's gonna be a game to watch because I want to see how Phillip Rivers plays.
Yeah, because it was. I was looking at it. Well,
I don't expect him.
I don't even know if he's gonna play or not.
I don't think he's gonna play this first one. I think he's not gonna play until next week, if anything.
Yeah, because
So
it was really like.
Who's the other? Anthony Richardson still got the eye thing, don't he?
Give me 1 second.
Riley Leonard is dealing with an injury. I thought I seen.
Yeah, it was like his knee. I believe it was his knee.
I know they said they were going to wait to see if he could go. But
Brett Rippon. That's who it was.
I don't want to watch that at all.
That's who it was. Because look, I was looking at it was either going to be the Colts and the Seahawks, or it was going to be the Packers and the Broncos. And I was like, Packers and Broncos. That's almost a layup.
So that's actually, I was going to say that was one of mine that I was looking at.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not as interesting as I thought it was going to be when I looked at they standing. Okay. Let's see. We're in what, week 15? What the hell happened?
Yeah, but it's a lot of it's some more games, like, to be talked about and looked at or whatever.
Hold on. Sorry.
Switch this back to, okay, let me turn this one off. There we go. I'm trying to switch stuff around on my iPad because I had the game on the iPad, but I wanted to catch something else on the iPad.
Okay, where the hell did week 15 go? All right, there we go. God damn. That's crazy.
Oh, I think he is Wemby hurt? I think Wemby's hurt.
Yeah, he's been out.
He's still out
for a couple weeks now.
Damn, I thought he was gonna be back by now.
No.
Yeah, but it's Spurs are up by 3 right now.
Who they playing?
The Lakers.
Ah.
Oh, well, 4. I'm sorry, because Luka just got called for a tech, and the Spurs hit the tech free throw. So 30-26, 144 left in the first right now. NBA Cup quarterfinals match. It's
Okay,
been
yeah.
pretty fun to watch that this year too, because I've been paying closer attention to it than I have previous years.
I ain't even looking at the chat. That's funny. And the tushy is less pushy. Packers Broncos play the under. Make a damn decision. Uh, I actually like the Baltimore Cincinnati one.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's a
Hell yeah.
that game is very, for obvious reasons of
Hell
divisional and
yeah.
with the division on the line in a lot of cases going for the rest of the season. Um, Chargers Chiefs, like you said, Bills New England is obvious, of course, and Broncos Denver is obvious. Detroit and the Rams actually every time they play, mostly because of the trade, but like every time they play to see Stafford and them go back and forth, that's always a really good one. So, um, yeah, those would be my three. I'd say.
Hold
Other
up.
than
You
that,
said
oh,
Bills.
I said I Baltimore, Cincinnati. It was Chargers, Chiefs, Bills, New England. I'll stick with those three because, like you said, Green Bay and Denver is a layup win. Detroit and Detroit and Rams is a layup,
Mm-hmm.
and then record wise, it should be Indianapolis and the Seahawks, but because of injury, that one no longer is going to be as exciting as we thought. Seattle should walk away with it, but never know.
I think so on that one. I really think so. I
Seattle
think that
should
might
they
they
should walk away with
should.
it.
They
It
should. That's
it
what I'm
really
saying. They
because that
should.
to me that before the injury that would probably be game of the week in my opinion.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But
Big
with
time.
the injury
Big
now, and
time.
now we're watching Brett Ripon at quarterback for the Colts, I'm not as excited for it, and I don't think it's. I I think the defense is going to step up, but I just don't think offensively is going to be what it was supposed to be. Maybe if Anthony Richardson was healthy, I would say, okay, all right, this is going to be because he can control the offense, so this might be a
Mm-hmm.
good game. I just don't believe that with Brett Ripon. If you just told me before the season, here you go. If you told me before the season that my Panthers would only one game behind Philly in December, I would have believed you. I wouldn't have believed you.
Hey, bro, that is wild.
You're
That
right.
is wild.
I'm not gonna take anything away from Carolina, and they've been hooping. They are 7-6 right now. I did not think they would be there. They've won some games that people clearly thought they should have lost. DJ, I don't know if you heard it, but you probably missed it. I think that Buffalo game and Dallas game are two games y'all, on paper at least, should have lost. But y'all won. So like 7-6 is amazing. Y'all are what top in the division right now, I believe it, or right behind Atlanta. And can
Mm-hmm.
anything can happen where y'all could win the division and make the playoffs. I think it's amazing.
Tampa Bay
Like,
is them in Tampa.
yeah,
They're like
because
right there, like
yeah,
right there.
Atlanta and Atlanta's out. Saints been out. They were out before the season started. Uh, what you think about Tyler Show so far?
I mean, yeah,
Honestly,
right, yeah, right.
I've seen
He's
spurts of
he's he's
really
he's.
good play.
I put it to you like this: he's played good enough to warrant a further look, but
I can see them giving him the keys next year, like him going through the full, at least for next year.
I like.
But
I put it to you
but
like this: I like
I
what I
like
saw. I like what I saw from Spencer Rattler.
I like the
Tyler,
quarterbacks coming in. I like the
Tyler
quarterbacks from the draft though.
he's shown me something, but it's like they need more playmakers on offense and defense.
So let me ask you, if y'all are in a position to take, because I agree with you, because you can still do exactly what you said in the second, third, fourth round, all of that, right? Or even trading back into the first to get.
Bro, it wasn't shade. The team ass. Like this is the thing. Some of y'all like to defend y'all team, and y'all team be ass.
It won't
And y'all
shade
y'all
though.
be y'all
That
be
won't
standing
shade.
up there screaming from the rooftops. My team this, my team that. Blah, blah, blah. No, if your team is ass, your team is ass. Just come to grips with it.
Listen, I don't think that was
And,
shade.
and my thing is, the team was ass. We knew they was ass coming into this season.
I mean,
And
to,
so
to
it's
be
like
completely
what
honest,
what am I supposed to
it's
do?
the Saints are in
Don't
full
talk about
rebuild.
my team like that.
Like they're in full rebuild. Like, what do
Man,
you
grow up.
expect? But I will. I'm gonna ask you this, and anybody in the comments, like, because I saw something you said in the comments when we were talking about Shador, on a post you had posted the other day. But when it comes to the Saints, though, and they might be in the same position as the Browns in a sense, do you stick with what you have in the quarterback room, or if y'all are drafting in that top five, are you taking a serious look at a Moore, a Mendoza if he's still on the board when y'all are picking a Mateer? Because those are the three I
I'm gonna put it
like.
to you like this: for the Saints, when I
I
look
love
at the
Mendoza
Saints,
because I think one of them, if not two of them, are going depending on how everybody finishes. If somewhere between y'all, the Jets, and the Raiders, for the most part, are taking one of those three, or I think those three are going to you guys more than anybody else. I don't think the Browns are going to take another quarterback. They would be stupid if they did. With the quarterback turmoil they already have, I wouldn't add any other young quarterback to that and mentally fuck them or mentally fuck up the quarterbacks
right
that
now,
you
what we're
already
looking
have.
at in the NFL draft, the Giants are one, the Raiders are two, Titans are
Giants are
third,
they're not taking a
Cleveland is
quarterback.
fourth,
They're
and
not
Saints are
taking one.
fifth.
So y'all would take one, and so would the Raiders. The other three teams, I don't see them
Who would
personally.
take one?
Y'all in the Raiders.
The
I
Saints
would,
and the Raiders?
yeah, I would. At least from
Mm.
what I see, they like Tyler Show, so maybe they wouldn't. I think the quarterback draft this year is better than last year, in my opinion. Um, and that's still iffy if Archie's going to come out or if Archie's going to stay. And I think he should stay. I think he had a rocky season, and I think he needs that extra year of college. Um, but I like Mendoza. I like Mateer. I think Mateer is the best out of all of them. His health is a problem. Um, but Mendoza and Moore, and I like Drew Alar.
Another
But I
thing
think
too with
Drew
Mateer is
Alar is like a third round.
the biggest thing to me with quarterbacks like Mateer is being able to play on schedule. And a lot of the times these quarterbacks coming out of college, they don't always have that. And they
But
don't always, they have to like do they have to do those like running around and find somebody open and then throw it type of plays because that's what they used to. But I
does he
mean, you got
remind?
guys
Does
like
Mateer?
Ty Simpson,
I
Dante
forgot about
Moore,
Ty.
Lenore Sellers also
You know what's
coming out
crazy?
too.
Okay, so I forgot about Ty Simpson because Ty actually, sorry, Ty Simpson, Moore, Mendoza, Mateer are my top four. Mateer reminds me a lot of Bo Nix.
And
I
Bo Nix, they were saying people remind
I
him
was
of Jalen Hurts.
I was high on Bo Nix. I told y'all. And I have not been wrong about Bo Nix. I ain't been wrong about a lot. I just want to put that out there.
Well, no, no,
But
no, no. I'm sorry. Jackson Dart was the one they was comparing to Jalen Hurts. My
I
bad.
wasn't, and I won't wrong about Dart either. I kept telling
Yeah.
everybody, watch for Dart. I
Hmm.
like Dart way more than I like Shador last year in
Well,
college.
and here was the thing, and people was telling us, "Oh, why y'all did it?" It's because like Shador would hold on to the ball too
If
long.
I'm the Giants, I trade down unless I'm gonna grab an O lineman.
Well,
Unless I'm grabbing one of those top O linemen, I would trade back a couple spots. Like let's say a Saints, hypothetically, let's say at 5, the Saints are like, I want to move up to 1 because they really love like Mendoza or something like that. If I'm the Giants, I entertain that trade because I can still get my player at 5, maybe because the Browns could take an O lineman. They should. Um, who else? The Giants could take a O. I mean,
I
it's a lot
mean,
of the
there's
Titans. The Titans clearly need to take an O lineman.
they
They
but
also
they
need to take
they
a wide
could
receiver
they could entertain a bunch of stuff for a potential trade down. But here's the thing:
the Titans too. I mean, it
do
just
we entertain a trade down, or do we control the draft and take who we want at that number one pick, knowing that you know what I'm saying?
because with the Giants, they don't need the quarterback. Their quarterback room's good now. Their running back room's great. I think they do need to draft another receiver to go with Neighbors, but I love the fact that when people went down, they had a lot of the Giants really had a lot of next man up as far as play. They still lost a lot of games, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But when you watch their offense, especially once Jackson Dart came in, their offense was so electric. It was high powered, it was running. I like the young pieces that they have. Could they go out and get like a Carnell Tate or I'm trying to think who else is coming out this year
The
at
kid from
receiver?
Arizona State,
Oh
Tyson.
yeah, I love Tyson. I like him. Him, Carnell Tate, and it's that other boy. He was in is it
They
Oregon
have
State
they have one from
or is it
Bama,
Washington State?
Bernard from Bama,
Him too. I like him.
and who
It's
is
a
this?
lot of
Hold up, let me just go to the wide receiver list.
so
I don't
it's a
even know
lot
why
of
I'm playing around.
interesting, like you just said, it's a lot of interesting ways the Giants can go with that. They can take who they want. They could also let somebody else move up. They could get extra picks. You know what I mean? It's so many different ways you can look at it and move with it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I wouldn't move back too far though. If I'm them and I'm at number one, the furthest I would go back is maybe six. Nothing past six. Um,
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to look at the draft and see how all that's gonna play out and what teams gonna do and stuff. But one thing that I do know coming up, like these last four games that teams are playing and the playoff positioning and everything,
as a Miami
it's
fan, I'm not sold on Carson Beck, and I don't like to speak his name anymore. Fuck him. He came in and ruined my team. All right.
it's
You
gonna
know what's
be
funny?
it's
Dre
gonna
told
be
me that
interesting
too.
to see how all
Dre
this
said that
plays
in
out.
Dre said that in the offseason. He said Carson Beck is gonna fuck y'all. I was like, nah, look, man, look at it's Miami, man. Look at our team. The team we got, the O line, the defense, the wide receivers, the running back. That man
But
came in and fucked us.
no, he didn't. You see, you hate Carson Beck. Your
No, I
hate for
don't hate him.
Carson Beck.
No, no, no. I have no hate for him because I didn't give a fuck about him. I don't care about Georgia. I don't care about Georgia enough to hate Georgia. So I didn't give a damn about Carson Beck. I was like, okay, Cam is gone. Are we developing somebody that's already in the room? Or are we going after one of these quarterbacks that hit the portal? It was him. It was what's the old boy that went to Colorado from Liberty?
Oh, I can't remember his name.
He I seen somewhere he said he didn't I don't I don't know how true it was that it was said, but he regretted the decision of going to Colorado. I didn't think he should have went there. Personally, that's just me. I Everybody wants to be around Dion and it looks good and it smells good and it sounds good, but it ain't been good. It won't good with his sons there. Y'all thought it was gonna be better with them gone?
Bruh, Carson Beck has like quietly had a pretty decent season.
No, he's just made stupid throws and stupid mistakes that cost us games.
It's been in
For
is and look, it was in because remember earlier in
Louisville,
the season I was talking about it
Louisville.
how
That one pissed me off so bad.
um I said remember because last year
We are in the playoffs. You are right,
Cam used to
DJ.
do the same thing with Miami. He would throw them out of games
Yes.
and then throw them back into a game.
Uh huh. And
Beck
it's
has
still
almost done similarly, but he's
it's
still
some about
like
Cam. But you know the
navigated them
thing
to a
about
10 and
Cam
2
though
record.
the thing that got Cam that number one though was yes the on field was that, but it's who I think it was more about who Cam was as a person. Because you know like a lot of times yeah it is the on field play, but it's those intangibles about a player and who they are as a person and as a young man
Hmm.
that a lot of teams, especially like a Tennessee, they love that in him. He was a leader more than
Yeah.
anything else. Same thing about Shador. Shador definitely, I think Shador is a leader. I think the flashy stuff can override. All right, big dog.
Hmm.
Um, and I think Beck is a leader. I think Beck is a clear leader. Like the
Yeah,
offense gets around him, and like you just said, DJ, we made the playoffs. We're in there. I'm not shocked we're in there because a lot of people felt like, well, damn, Duke won the ACC. Yeah, but look at the record. Like Miami got in because at the end of the day, we know how it goes. It's money. I really feel bad for fucking JMU. I'm so happy for them boys, and
oh for sure,
hometown. I'm very happy for them. I don't want
for
to rain on
sure.
their parade. Uh, I don't know anybody at JMU, so I don't know if this pot will ever hit them. I hope it does. Hey, go JMU, hometown. But they gonna get their ass whooped. Oregon is gonna fuck them up. Like, cause who did Tulane get in the first round?
I'm about to look at it right now, man. I had a hard time pulling it up right quick. Okay, so Tulane got Ole Miss.
That's gonna be a pretty good game, and that's a home. That's a dope game. Like, I like that. Ole Miss gonna whoop their ass, but that's a good game. That's that. I
Okay,
can
so
see
the
that. I can see
line
that maybe being competitive.
is 17 and a half. But Ole Miss is favored by 17 and a half.
As they should be. And Oregon should
Oregon
be
is favored
favored
by
by like
21 and a
40.
half.
No, it should be
21 and a
40.
half.
Should be 40 and a half.
Come on,
40.
dog.
It's gonna be 40 zip in the second quarter. They
Come
are
on,
going to
dog.
fuck them up. If JMU scores, it's because somebody slipped and fell and like made a mistake. It ain't because they burnt them. But I will say, I love JMU's run game. Their running back is a big boy. If you watch
A&M
some
is only
highlights on
favored
him,
by 3.5 over Miami.
really? That's going to be
Yeah.
a better game than people think, mostly because that defense that Miami has, um, Malachi Tony is going to go off. I love our running back room too.
Wait,
That's going to be a really good game
the
too.
closest one is Bama is actually favored over Oklahoma by one and a
I
half.
I'm gonna be honest. I think they should be. I think Oklahoma's too
Yeah,
inconsistent.
yeah.
I hate to say that out loud, but I think Bama wins.
And see, here's the thing: when you got, Mateer can do his thing or whatever, and he's more known for playing off schedule and scrambling, and his scrambling yards and stuff is what really get. But when you got 12 touchdowns and 10 picks on the season, that's
Yeah,
not good.
he takes a
That's why
lot
I
of
say, like, I
chances.
don't.
But do you
He's
like a quarterback that take chances like that?
no.
I don't
I'd
think I'm.
rather have a. I'd rather have a quarterback that's not going to turn the ball over as much. Like I need if you're gonna, I put it to you like this: if I would rather him take chances and get that and have those kind of turnovers, or would I rather him dial it back a little bit and like be a little bit more safe? I'd rather him be more safe because I'd rather you give the other team less chances with the football and take better care of the football when you do have it than for you to take chances and keep giving the other team the
Yeah,
ball.
because it's kind of like Jameis that last year in Tampa. Like while he had a record-setting season, good and bad,
Mm-hmm.
it's like it was so tough because a lot of those interceptions were not on Jameis at all, but they were still interceptions on that hit his stats.
Well, the thing was
And it
was
was
like
like,
in
but he
Bruce
threw for what,
Arians.
4,500 yards that
No, he
season?
threw for 5 grand. He had
Oh,
like five
five.
thousand yards, 30-30. The thing
It's
is, in Bruce
crazy.
Arians' offenses is notorious for those long 5 steps, 7 step drops, deep crosses, deep routes down the field and stuff like that. Like Ben Roethlisberger has had to deal with it. Andrew Luck had to deal with it. Carson Wentz had to deal with it. I mean, Carson Palmer had to deal with it in
Mm-hmm.
Arizona. Like that's Bruce Arians' offense. That's the way it is. So you have to know, like in that offense, that's what you're gonna be going through. That's what you're gonna be dealing with. Be smarter with the ball. You know what I'm saying? So Jameis was just one of them guys where he would just take chances, but Jameis also ended up having a LASIK surgery to correct his vision too.
Mm-hmm.
So that could have helped him. Who knows? But I mean, when you
And
get
that's
in
what I
certain
said.
offenses,
Record-setting, good and bad. It was like,
exactly. When you get in certain offenses, you just never know. That Tulane Ole Miss game is going to be interesting for the fact that I believe when they played earlier this year, Ole Miss won by 5 touchdowns. Yeah.
Mm.
35-10. So that's a rematch actually of a game that was played earlier this year. Whereas the rest of the games, they're, fresh matchups. So it's gonna be interesting. I think the best one to me, the one that I'm most interested in seeing, is that Miami A&M game.
Yeah, I'm gonna like that one. I'm gonna like that one a lot.
I think that's gonna be the one that I'm most interested in because I think the Oklahoma Alabama game is gonna be tight, but I think Alabama is gonna eventually pull away with that game. I think Tulane is gonna put up a better fight against Ole Miss, but they eventually gonna get folded.
Ole Miss Georgia
And
is gonna be a very good
who?
game. Ole Miss Ole Miss is gonna beat Tulane, so I'm thinking ahead. Ole Miss Georgia. I said I'm gonna like that
Oh,
game. I'm gonna like that one.
yeah.
That winner of Miami and Texas against Ohio State is gonna be, for the most part. I mean, if everybody wins, I don't. I like Indiana a lot. I think this, other than that Ohio State game, which they won, I think whoever they play in that next round between Alabama, Oklahoma is going to be a good test for them. Also, Texas Tech is going to get a real good test against Oregon. Uh, yeah, those next round games are going to be pretty fire too. If who win, depending on who wins in certain games.
Hmm.
Um, like I
Yeah,
said,
I think Ohio
Bama,
State is gonna have a real test whoever they play because
yeah,
if
both
Miami
of
can
those
get
teams are,
past, yeah, if Miami can get past A&M, that's showing you like, especially with that pass rush that A&M has,
yeah, I
that's
like
gonna
that.
show good for them. And if A&M can get past Miami, that shows like, hey, look, we can handle another big time opponent in a big time game.
Yeah,
So it's gonna be interesting to look at however college basketball is going. I mean college basketball. I'm already trying to move ahead. College football going to play out, but like those games are going to be some really good games to watch, and at least we get one or two of those first round games going to be decent. The Alabama Oklahoma and then the Miami A&M game because I'm kind of with you on those other two. Like even though I went to Tulane and I got friends that are alumni and stuff like that. Like I don't. The only way I could see them beating Ole Miss is if that defense gets turnovers and they turn those turnovers into points. Outside of that, I don't see it. But what I do see is the Lakers are now down by 16
damn,
with 7 minutes before the half.
shit,
Um, yeah, bro, it's been kind of it's been one of those seasons, man, where like you look at what's going on around the league and you really can't believe like some things are like okay that I can see that like what OKC is doing starting the year 24-1. Okay, I can see that.
hmm
I can even see where the Lakers are. The Nuggets, of course, are still a great team. The Rockets have KD. The Spurs have Wemby and Castle and gang. And okay, I can see some of that. Minnesota has Ant. Bruh, I need to see the people who thought the Detroit Pistons were going to be the number one team in the East with 2 weeks before Christmas. I need you to stand up and give yourselves a round of applause if you called that. Stop it. Stop. You said they was going to be good. I don't remember you saying they was going to be this damn good.
hey brother,
Because you've been a fan. You have been a fan of Cade Cunningham. I will say that.
I, I, I'm not shocked. I'll say that. I'm definitely not shocked. Cade has been balling the fuck out
Mm-hmm.
consistently. He's won
Mm-hmm.
me a couple dollars this season. He's he been he's won it. Him and Duran. I'm just like no funny. Him and Duran are like two that I consistently, if I put them for certain numbers, they hit it
Mm-hmm.
every night. Um, they just been playing really good ball. I still think they need even at number one. I'm looking at their team and they still need to make. I think they got to move Tobias Harris. He's that piece that can move. He's a good vet. He's at that vet stage now. But
Bro.
I think Tobias is the piece
Hold
that
up,
has
let
to
me see if I
move
can find it.
for. I don't know if it's more guard play or more big man, but I know Tobias is what they need to move for more depth. Um, you think he should stay? No, they
No,
need.
it was a
No, I was looking at what DJ said. I'm sorry.
oh no, it was an article that I believe it was Bleacher Report put out.
You're
I'm
right
looking
though,
for
because
it right now.
what other vet do they have there other than Tobias? Tobias actually, you're right. Tobias may not be the piece to move because you can't. You lose. I feel you lose the vet, it might go down. It might. I'm not saying he's what's holding it together, but we don't know behind the scenes. But um, let me look at the standings. Is Houston what you thought they would be with adding KD, or is it one of those? And I seen somebody say it. I forgot who it was, but they were saying that when KD comes to town, you lose so much that the team is not going to be what it's supposed to be because you give up so much to get him, like Phoenix did.
Oh no, they're legit. They balling. Like
Houston.
the crazy thing about it is their defense is still pretty good. Their defense is still really good. Their offense has gotten way more consistent and way more efficient.
Are we talking about
And
the Pistons or are you talking about Houston?
the Houston,
Oh, okay, okay.
Houston, like with the Pistons, what I've seen really, it was like they made that ascent from like, all right, we bottom of the barrel. We trying to fight for a playoff spot. All right, we in the playoffs, but we out in the first round. Now we've taken that next step to like, all right, we about to claim that. Like they've slowly like gone up every year, and they've slowly improved. And with the way like they've built around Cunningham and Jalen Duren, Tobias Harris is one of those guys. I think him and I want to say Duncan Robinson maybe too. Their shooter. They may end up having to give them up if they want something big back in return because you know
So
with the salary
Duncan,
matching, you got
they're
to
gonna
do
have
something.
to. The crazy part is, I love the Duncan Robinson pickup, but he's also that piece that's got to move.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, because I look at that like with the Lakers too. I feel like we're eventually gonna have to move Connect and Rui because we need more bench depth. We're gonna have to give up Connect. We're gonna have to give up Rui, and we may have to give up what's his name? No, I think it's really just Connect Rui. Maybe Vandy. Vandy
Who?
is Vanderbilt, the
The
Lakers.
Lakers?
Yeah, I
Oh.
feel like we need more depth, even though we're number. And it's crazy to say that, but I'm looking at the long haul and looking down the stretch going into the playoffs, and I think those are the pieces before the trade deadline we would have to move. Connect for sure. He's a great young piece that can go to another team and thrive, of course. Um, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch
Is there
the way
anybody you're
the
shocked by as far as their record, good or bad?
Um, outside of the Pistons leading the East, because I knew they were going to be in playoff contention and stuff, but I didn't think that I would see them like leading the East.
I knew the Bucks would be where they.
Um,
I mean, not the Bucks. I knew the Pacers would be where they are because of injuries.
yeah,
I
definitely.
kind of knew
Yeah,
that they had a
I
way too
figured
many
they
injuries
weren't going to
coming into
be.
the season.
Yeah. Um.
I really like the 76ers. I feel like that 13-10 record doesn't show who they truly are. Um, they've had a lot of injuries this season too. I love
Hmm.
the way they started. They're young players. The way they started the season without McCain, without Embiid, without
Paul
PG,
George. Yeah.
and their young players balled out. VJ has
Maxie
been
and
really
Edgecombe, bro. Maxie and
Edgecombe has been
Edgecombe.
only thing about Edgecombe that makes me mad, and I stopped betting on him. Uh he's and it's that's why though. He would go one night, he giving you 20.
Uh
And
huh.
then the next night he giving you 4.
Yeah, but see,
And it's like,
that's the only thing that I notice with those really young athletic wing players that's been coming into the league lately is that if they don't have a set of like just reliable skills that they could like, okay, I know I can go out and do at least X, Y, and Z every single night consistently. Like until they learn that part of their game, they're gonna be up and down like that
I know the
because
one that's shocking too. Once you're done, I got one that's
he
super shocking.
they gonna have nights where like they not just everything not just clicking for him. And you're gonna have nights where I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna put up 34 points on 10 or 17 shooting. And then it's gonna be nights where I'm gonna have like 16 points on,
I'm gonna tell you the scary. So the
you
scary
know.
part about Philly, because we'll stay there before I go to the
Mm-hmm.
next one. They have so many weapons on offense. If
Mm-hmm.
you really look at a team, like their bench depth is going to be amazing once they figure out that core starting five with or without Embiid. That because once McCain came back, I was like, okay, how does McCain fit back into this offense? Because I love what I saw without him. So how do you fit
Mm-hmm.
him back in? Then PG's back. How do you fit PG back into this? Because he's not going to
Mm-hmm.
come off the bench. Then once Embiid is back, that's your big at center. How does he fit? But I love what that could turn into as far as the bench depth. If everybody buys into what they need to buy into and where they need to be.
Yeah, I think
Um,
they
I
definitely got
love their
some young
team.
talent.
I think they easily could win the East this year. I love that team. I love Philly. Like you can come spin back to this episode 101, December 10th. I love Philly and that young death to win the East. I didn't say win the championship, but to come out of the East, I really do. I still think the East is very wide open, even with Detroit at the top.
Mm-hmm.
I think the East is very wide open to win. Boston having the injuries that they have, the Knicks don't know what the fuck they're doing. I think the West is very uniformed and tougher. Nothing in the West shocks me as far as the standings and where people are. The the one thing that shocks me in the East is what the fuck happened in Chicago. Chicago started hot,
I know.
and and
It
then
fell off.
like what Orlando too. Orlando started hot, and their record has been kind of up and down, inconsistent lately too. They're what even though they 15-10, it's an ugly 15-10. I've watched a lot of their games this season. A lot of injuries on their part too. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I think the East is still very wide open. That Pistons
Yeah.
19-5, the Knicks 17-7, even the Celtics at 15-9. I think the Knicks and the Celtics probably will be the Eastern Conference Finals. Don't be surprised if the Pistons get there. But I think as long as everything goes the way it's been, Knicks and Celtics are probably the Eastern Conference Finals. I think the Knicks have, even though I still do think the Knicks from top to bottom have one of the best teams in depth.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they're clicking, and they're young. They're bench players. Their role players are stepping up when they need to step up. When they notice that their star players aren't playing to their what they need to play to, those other guys are stepping in and their productivity is going up. So um, I think the West is a lot harder to call. I think it's OKC's to lose, but
Yeah. I think the West is pretty much is theirs to lose, and then it's like it's a whole bunch. It's like four or five other teams like right behind them.
Lakers, Nuggets, Rockets, Spurs, Wolves. I think it
Yeah,
stops
like
at the Wolves
exactly. It
because
stops right there.
that's seven and down.
The
If the
only
Warriors
team.
can figure it out,
Thank you,
I kind of figured you were gonna go there.
bruh. Like,
I don't. The Warriors at 13 and
uh,
12. That does not say who they are. And the Suns I've watched the Suns a lot this year. The Suns at 14 and 11. Don't. All right, so maybe it don't stop with the Wolves.
bruh.
After
I
8, I
don't
will
believe
say
in
that.
Phoenix. I'm sorry, I don't believe in
I'm gonna tell
Phoenix.
you from
I
the
don't believe in
Grizzlies
Phoenix.
down, that's all draft. I'm gonna be honest. Unless
Oh
something
yeah.
dramatic happens where one of these top teams fall from 9 down, it's all draft, pure
Mm-hmm.
draft.
Mm-hmm.
I 8 and up is pretty. 8-1 is solid. I think the Suns and the Warriors are going to interchange out a lot. The Wolves are going to slip a couple just because it's the Wolves and it happens.
Mm-hmm.
The Spurs are going to be good.
Oh, of
I was in
course.
a space before this season started, and I don't think I remember talking about it on the pod. I got laughed at for telling everybody for saying that the Spurs, when the season ends, will be a top five team. Right now, they're number five currently. I
Mm-hmm.
got laughed at for saying Wemby is going to be in the MVP. If he's not MVP, he's top two. I still believe that, injury or not, long as from once he comes back, he's healthy. Envy is MB Wemby. God damn it, Wemby is clear MVP, and I think the Spurs finish top three. I think they jump the Rockets, and I think they jump the Nuggets, and I really think them, the Lakers, and Thunder are going to finish in the top three. Um, the Lakers figured it out, and the way they figured it out without Braun is nasty. And then you get Braun back, and you get Braun back in the beginning, getting his feet wet, but he was facilitating. He's getting assists. He's getting rebounds. He understands I don't need to score. I'm happy with my 4 points, 6 points the next night. He had 10 assists. He had the rebounds. That's dangerous that y'all are a potent team without Braun at this age who still gives you great productivity. And then he comes back and figures out how to work himself back into the offense without being ball dominant and understanding that I cannot be ball dominant and come in and mess up with these young guys have built while I've been gone to start the season. I
Yeah,
love that. I so
it's
love it.
it's been funny, like seeing him assimilate himself into the lineup and whatnot. And it's like LeBron
I
is one of
love
them
it.
players where he's so unselfish, where he's gonna do whatever it is he needs to do to fit in with what they got going on right
And
now.
he understands at this age who and what
Right,
he is. He ain't. I mean, he
right,
understands at any moment he's still Braun.
right.
He can go out there and be dominant and give you. I'm gonna be honest.
The
I
other night in
love
Philly,
26,
29. Yeah,
29.
29 that
Sorry,
night.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like he
But
still
even
has
even a
that in
Braun
him.
dropping 20, I'm cool with that because 9 times out of 10, Luca's going that same night. Luca's giving you 30 to 35. You got AR who is easily going to give you somewhere between 25 to 35. So even a Braun giving you 20 is making Aiden step up more. Aiden's giving you a consistent 12 to 15 plus 10 plus rebounds. You know what I mean? Like I like
Mm-hmm.
it. You got Jackson Hayes coming in, understanding his role off the bench now. And on some nights he may need to start because Aiden may need to come off the bench.
Right.
Everybody's understanding their roles and they're playing very well. We're a solid number two. The scary thing is that OKC team hasn't even been fully healthy, and now they are. They got Jalen Williams back last week.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got Jalen Williams working himself back into the lineup.
Bruh.
That's scary.
That's very scary for the West. And I'm sitting
It
here
is.
watching this Spurs team that has no Wimby. They up by 11 with 135 left before the half on the Lakers. It is
Second
it,
half
it's
team, man.
team yeah, it's teams like this, man,
Ooh,
where
water.
you got a couple of vets and then you got some really good young talent and you got a good mix of both. And I'm loving what they doing right now. So it's been pretty fun to watch them, no lie. Like the way they've blossomed this year. Um Outside of that, NCAA basketball, the men and the women been hooping this year. Like both have been hooping this year. Um LSU's women's team went on a tear where they had, I believe it was 5 or 6 straight games where they scored over 100 points. Oh, here it goes. I'm sitting here looking for the tab right here. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Wait. Oh, what Audie Crooks did?
Okay, there we go.
Oh,
What
she
my girl?
Audie Crooks
What my
had
girl
another
Audie had
30
tonight?
point game tonight, man.
Hey, bro, let's talk about something real quick because me and you talked about this whenever I
Jesus.
post about it, and we talk about it
Bruh.
on X or Twitter. But hey, bro, Shorty be hooping. She be hooping. People don't be talking
God
about Audie
damn.
enough, bro. Audie hoop. My mic on? Yeah, it is. Man, to make sure I hit the button. Hey, man, Audie fucking hoops consistently. I
Mm-hmm.
love that. Iowa State team, bro. Then they went out and got Jada Williams from
Mm-hmm.
Arizona, bruh. I think Jada needed that. Like, she needed to go somewhere like a Iowa where it ain't shit there. She can just quietly
Oh
go ball.
wow,
Let me switch
that
my
was a
TV
good
while I do
block.
this. But yeah, like I love that for Jada. Jada needed to go somewhere like that and just go quietly hoop.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona ain't loud, but it was still too much trouble for her. And too much distraction. I saw why she went to Arizona, and she said it. She literally said just that. It was still too much distraction. She needed somewhere quiet. Coming from LA and being loud, in California, she needed to go to somewhere like an Iowa State, so she can just put her
Mm-hmm.
head down and hoop.
Yeah.
Because she easily is a top pick in the draft once she enters, but she's gotta put her head down and hoop. I like Shorty. I think she's gonna be a crazy in the league when she get there.
Yeah.
So
Audi
whatever team
averaging
draft her,
Audi
that Audi,
averaging 27.6 this year.
listen,
I
man,
thought I
Audi.
thought she was above 30, but she had 27.6. Like,
I've been a
bruh,
fan for 3
every,
years now.
bruh, we've been talking
I've
about
been a
it. And
fan
it's
of
like
Audi.
the coldest thing is that she gets positioning
Hey, her footwork
and
crazy,
exactly. She gets positioning and she
and she
knows how to use her
bullies.
body to create
Yep,
space and get in there.
I was about to say she bullies, and I love it. She
Bruh.
bullies.
And you know what's really crazy is like she got a little touch on her game too. Like I saw her the other night, little jump hook, little baby little hook or whatever that she put up. And I was like, oh, okay, okay. She not just bully balling, like she got a little touch to
Mm-mm.
her game or whatever. But bruh, if Ali
Uh,
ever adds
what
like a
channel is
little
that Laker?
jumper,
The Laker game is on
it's
Prime,
on
right?
Prime. Yeah, it's on Prime.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, but on
yeah.
the men's
If
side,
she get a little step back, hey, men have been
bruh,
exciting to watch this season.
if she add that jumper, that's gonna be great. The Iowa State men's team is ranked fourth. They got both
I
teams
ain't.
hooping.
I'm not gonna lie. College basketball has been very interesting on all fronts because even on the women's side, I love watching LSU right now. South
Mm-hmm.
Carolina's been hooping. UConn is UConn. We know what they do.
Yeah,
To watch USC be as dope as they are without
Juju.
Juju has been
Yeah,
amazing.
bro.
To watch her on the bench and her coaching,
Yes, yes.
that shit has been amazing, bro.
She been invested like big
Oh
time.
yeah. Like I really love watching a lot of that. I'm trying to think who else. Florida has a really good women's team. I love watching them play this year. It's a couple other players. Watching TCU, watching Notre Dame. They've had really great teams this year. Syracuse boys team. I think a lot
Oh
of
yeah, with
hey
Cayenne. Yeah,
hey
it's
bro,
been
a
fun to
lot of
watch
people are
them too.
shocked by their record and who they've beaten. They
Nah.
be some. I love that team. They're scrappy. Cayenne is hooping. Like I like watching Arizona play this year. Bryce is getting his footing. Um, I think
What's his
early on he
name?
struggled.
The other kid, the other freshman that's over there, Koa Pete.
Yeah, hey, I like
Bruh.
him. I love Pete. Koa ball.
Koa is a dog. Koa is a straight dog.
Yeah, man. It's been this weekend was crazy though. Cause Saturday, me and House was talking about this. It was so much going on this weekend between wrestling, boxing. We had college
Mm-hmm.
football. It was college basketball because Duke had a big game Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I remember because he asked me that was the other thing I wanted to mention about men's. He was like, "Man, shouldn't Duke be number one because they beat Michigan State?" Da, 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 da. I was like, "Nah, bro." I was like, Michigan still won their game, and I was like,
yeah.
Arizona is playing. Who Arizona was playing that night? They was playing somebody that was ranked that night too, like in the
Mm-hmm.
20s or whatever. I was like, if Arizona wins their game, Duke not gonna be number one. He was like, yeah, but they beat the number 17 da, 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 on the road. I was like, it don't
I
matter,
mean, yeah,
dog.
that does matter, but it's Michigan State. I mean, Michigan State on the road isn't. If it was like maybe Michigan on the road, if it was like a Kentucky or a Kansas on the road, Michigan State is still good because of where they're ranked. But going into Michigan State winning to me ain't basketball. I don't know. It should be because it's Michigan State.
I
Michigan State
mean,
has
but my
always been
thing
a
was my
basketball powerhouse, but
yeah, my only thing was like those other teams beat decent teams too.
yeah,
They may not have beat them on the road, but they beat decent teams too, and they like you're not just gonna jump over them. So that's why I was like, especially with Arizona, I can't remember who it was. It was. Let me look it up right quick because I got the. I'll pull the
let me
schedule up right
see.
here.
Yeah, because right now Arizona's ranked one, Michigan two,
Auburn,
uh,
that's who it was. They beat. They ended up beating Auburn by 29.
Duke and Iowa State all undefeated.
You know, so that's why I was like, nah, bro, I
Maybe he
can't.
was saying it because their overall record is 10-0 though. I guess because they 10 and
Yeah, I think
0,
so.
Michigan 9-0, Arizona 8-0, and then
And then
Iowa State
they
9-0.
beat the number. It was Duke was at the time fourth, and Michigan State was seventh, and they
I can
beat them on the
understand.
road by 6. Like,
I
I
mean,
see where he was coming
I can see
from.
where he's coming from.
I could no, I saw where he was coming from. I was just like, nah, I don't think so. I was like, now if they would have beat Michigan State by like 20,
You know what's crazy? I always wonder how teams like Vanderbilt, right? Vanderbilt's 9-0, 5-0 in conference,
mm-hmm,
and they're ranked
15th.
15. And then you got another one like Nebraska, 10-0, 7-0, and they're 23rd. Virginia's 9-1, 6-0. I always wonder like how does the basketball ranking go in? Why are they so low?
Because coming into the season, a lot of the times you're not expecting those teams to be that good. And so a
Mm.
lot of the times when you seeing them play and the season starting to play out, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, this team is pretty good.
Yeah, because
Like
then you got a Florida that's 5-4, but they're number 18.
right, because that was a team that was more highly thought of
Kansas
coming into
seven
the
and
season.
three, 19. Well,
Mm-hmm.
Kansas was ranked higher, and then they slipped as they lost.
Right. You,
Tennessee was ranked higher, they slipped. Auburn
mm-hmm.
also.
Yeah, Tennessee down
I think
7
one more
spots this
loss.
week.
I'm about to say if they one more loss from from them, they slide out for the most part.
Shit. Purdue was ranked second or first, and they fooled around and lost to who was it they lost to this past week? Iowa State,
Yeah,
and dropped a few spots. But I
I had
mean,
to hear
it's
about that. My neighbors 2 doors down are
uh-huh.
Purdue alumni, and they are huge
Oh
Purdue
shit.
boosters. Also
I know
tells
they
y'all
was pissed.
I live in a very nice I live in a very nice neighborhood. Um, no, I remember. Was it not last year? The year before last? Because Zach Edey is in what year 2 now. So the year
Yeah.
before last, I remember we were outside having this full blown. That was when I found out. We had this big discussion about Zach Edey and how much
Mm-hmm.
they love him, and whenever they go to the games, because they're boosters, boosters, they get to talk to the team and they be seeing
Mm-hmm.
players and stuff. It's like he's just such a sweet young man, and we love him so much. And I'm like, what y'all buy him this week? Man, they were huge on Zach Edey, boy. I tell you, I
Yeah.
can only imagine what they think about Raiola, not Raiola, Pava.
Diego Pavia. Nah, he's at Vanderbilt.
No, that's Vanderbilt. I'm sorry, my bad. But
He's at Vanderbilt.
they are very big Purdue boosters, though.
That Purdue's got a decent team, man. They always keep a decent team because in the state of Indiana, basketball is huge. So you're gonna keep a good team there.
Mm.
Plus playing in the Big Ten, that's always attractive to people. So it's these teams this year.
Let's see the
It's
women's
still
rank.
kind of it's still kind of wide open because we like barely 8, 9, 10 games into the season for most schools. So it's kind of hard to see who might end up on top or who could be one of these top seeds or whatever, but
And the women, I think even on the women's side, it's pretty.
it's wide open, bro. Wide open.
I mean, you got UConn at 1, LSU at 2, Michigan at 3. That surprises me because I have not watched Michigan women's basketball this year.
Mm-hmm.
Texas women are been for real for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna be honest. The only reason I paid attention to them is because of that nice coach on the sideline.
Sydney
Um,
Carter.
hey brother, she has, but I've watched a lot of their games because of that. So I'm very hip on Texas women's team. But their women's team
Right.
has been very consistent the last 3 seasons. Um, like I said, I came for her. I stayed for the basketball. Uh, but they're 10-0 right now at number 6. So they've been hooping. South
Yeah.
Carolina, UCLA at 4, South Carolina at 5. You got Kentucky, TCU, Iowa, Michigan State, Maryland, Nebraska. Like it's very tight. Also, like you said, Iowa State 10-0, Vanderbilt 9-0,
And you also got to think on that women's side.
USC 7-2 at 20.
You got
They're
Hannah
ranked number
Hidalgo and
20.
them down there at 19. And like you said, you got USC. They're at 16. So
Let
it's
me look at
like
the
we
different one.
got teams with
Okay,
bona
I see it.
fide like
Yeah.
championship like type players.
Hmm.
Like that can get you through a couple of tournament games. In the lower
And that's
rankings.
we all
So.
know that's where it matters. Like long as ranking,
Hmm.
of course, but the tournament, men and women's side, it's all about once you get into the tournament. Because we've seen it happen year after year after year. Anybody can lose, anybody
Hmm.
can win. It's a one and done and you out.
Yeah.
Um, everybody has really dope teams though. Like women wide
Hmm.
side is going to be tough. A Notre Dame at 19 with the type of team they have, it's very early in the season. We're only about 10 or 11 games in total.
Hmm.
Some teams have played a couple more than others, but we're like 11 games in for the most part. So we have a lot more basketball to go. A lot of these top teams are going to slip. A lot of these bottom teams are going to rise. It's dope to see. I mean, a lot of people didn't have USC where they were without a Juju. They're 7-2 right now.
Hmm.
Tennessee 6-2. Notre Dame, losing who they lost, are still a very great team. TCU adding who they added after losing who they lost, and they're 10-0. So
Hmm. Yeah, it's a bunch of teams like on the men's and women's side. Like I can't really call it too close. Like it's gonna take until we get a little bit further. I'll say into
January.
like January, early February. Like when we get into the thick of the conference schedules, then I'll be like, okay, now I can see a little bit more clearly the picture is shaping up. But as of right now, like pretty much damn near the top 10 teams on the women's side stayed the same. But on the men's side, we had a little fluctuation because we had some teams that was losing and stuff like Purdue lost, and that kind of changed stuff. And Louisville lost, Michigan State lost. So you had a couple of teams in that top 10 that lost. So it kind of shifted the top 10. It just basically flip flopped them around almost. But it's still like a lot of good basketball left to be played, and there's still a lot of the season to get fleshed out. So, like you said, once we get into that thick of the conference schedule, January or so, then we'll really be able to like kind of say, okay, this is where water is starting to find its level. And these are the teams we can see like, being the top contender so far this year. But shoot, man, outside of that, um it was a good UFC pay-per-view that was on
I want to
this
say
past weekend.
UFC and boxing from this weekend, pretty much with
Hmm.
my dog Roach got robbed, in my opinion. Very great fight between him and Pitbull though.
Oh yeah, what happened?
I mean it was a knockdown, but I mean
Oh,
Pitbull won. It was
okay.
really good fight.
Yeah.
Boxing's I've been saying this for months. Boxing's back. I love what the Crown Prince is doing with boxing and
Hmm.
with combat sports in general. But he saw a need and filled it in boxing. One, he figured out how to get rid of all of that red tape. Money, money gets rid of all of that red tape that's been in
Hmm.
boxing for years, where one promoter is holding up the next promoter, or both promoters are holding up two fighters that should fight, or matchups that should happen aren't happening. And the Prince came in and said, "Fuck all that. Y'all gonna fight. I got a bag. This is the bag for both of y'all. What's up? You scared or what?"
Yeah.
He's taking all of that
Yeah.
middleman out, and he's like, "This is what it is. The fans, boxing, every weight class, heavyweight all the way down to the little tiny guys. We want to see the best fights." And ever since he's came in with Dazin, and they've taken over boxing, because once Showtime or HBO Who else was in boxing as far as like the it was Showtime, it was HBO,
It was a couple other
even
ones,
even
man.
ESPN. Like
Hmm.
he's come in with Dazn or DAZN. I'm sorry, and I can never say. I always say Dazn, but he's come in with them, and they've created something amazing in boxing. And ever since then, we've gotten some of the best matchups. The stuff we got going forward, going into 2026, is dope. The To and Shakur fight, that's gonna be amazing. Some of the heavyweight boxing joints that we getting. The only fight that I feel like is super stupid is that Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua fight. Anthony Joshua is going to kill that young
Oh
man,
yeah,
and I
man.
really don't understand why he has a death wish. We also have seen Anthony Joshua get knocked out, but I've also watched him 2 seconds into a fight lay somebody out. Jake Paul is looking like he about to get laid out in four. I'm gonna give him 4 seconds to be nice. I that money grab for is just stupid because it's really all it is. And I think Anthony
Yep.
Joshua also is going into this to show like this isn't a game, and the the circus that you're bringing into boxing we don't need. I can definitely tell, and it's a huge payday for him too. So, um,
Yeah, we shall see. That UFC fight though, man. Peter Yan against Valishvili, bruh.
mhm.
That was a good ass fucking main event.
I got to go
It,
back and
bruh.
watch it.
It was like
Oh, and
everything,
nauseous too.
everything,
Oh,
everything everything Vadishvili tried, Jan had an answer for, and he was piecing him up like damn near the whole fight. Um, Now I'm not gonna lie, that the other co-main with Joshua Van became the second youngest UFC champion in history when he won the 125 fight over Pantoja. He like he went for a kick or something, and Van grabbed Pantoja's leg or whatever. I can't pronounce his name either. He grabbed his leg or whatever, and when he went to like plant or balance himself with his arm, bro, his elbow like snapped. It was ugly. It was real ugly. And the craziest part about it was his arm is like broken, and he's laying there holding it, and he's looking up like, "What the fuck?" Like it didn't click, like that pain kick in
you
until
know how many
like,
people say that? Like
whoo,
they'll break something, or
bruh.
I've been there. I
Ugh.
broke my knee, and it did not click to me until I got up. I got up. I took a couple steps on my left leg or right leg, sorry, and then I fell. And when I
Hmm.
fell, I looked, and that's when it clicked in because I'm visually seeing it now. Because that
Oh,
adrenaline rush in the
yeah.
game, but it beat. That's exactly what it is. It's that adrenaline. Sometimes you don't. I've heard so many people say until they saw it, it
Hmm.
didn't register them that they broke it, that they whatever sprained it real bad. There was no pain until you see it, and it's that mental thing where it's like, "Fuck, I physically see it now,"
Yeah.
and it's so.
Bro, it was so crazy because he's sitting there like he saw it and he holding his arm or whatever, but it didn't really like fully like click in until a little bit later. But yeah, man, that was hard to watch because it was just like seeing his arm snap like that in slow motion too. I was just like, oh damn. But bro, Henry Cejudo went out like a straight up G. He got his ass whooped. Peyton Talbot like had all the answers for him, and like it was even some wrestling like some takedowns and stuff that Cejudo couldn't do anything about. And Talbot at one point like he looked up and like kind of smiled and laughed at the camera like holy shit, like he couldn't believe it himself. But overall, man, it was a good UFC card, man. I was happy that I remembered it was on and I caught everything too. Because
It
even
was
some of the fights
just
on the undercard was dope.
it was just a lot on this weekend. I was
Hmm.
watching I told you before I love watching the one-on-one basketball scene.
Hmm.
So TNC had a card this weekend that I was tapped into down in Charlotte. I
Okay.
wish I could have made it. I wanted to go. That whole house was sick. But That was a dope card. Very dope card. So
Shit, Ashe had their second anniversary show this past weekend.
oh, I would have had a double reason to go to Charlotte then.
Yeah, they had their second anniversary show. It was a good one too, bro.
Let me
It
tell
was
you
a
how it
real
was
good one.
real quick before we end. Let me tell you how I was mad I missed the 100 show, right?
Mm-hmm.
The part that made me mad was I click in, it fucking lovely pops up. I was like, oh, these motherfuckers gonna have her on the when you know I can't come in.
Look, this is what happened.
Let me tell you how I
It
almost
was
sent
it
you
was
the
people,
nastiest text though.
bro.
I was like, nah, I
Wait,
ain't gonna do it.
this what happened. It wasn't. I ain't even plan. I reached out to like a couple people, right, and then I put it in our group chat, and a couple of people like I end up getting a message or a DM from a couple people. Hey, da 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 da. Okay, cool. I'll send you the link then. She was one of them. I ain't even. I
Bro,
thought she was gonna be at work or something or busy or
soon as I
whatever.
clicked in to
I ain't even
watch,
ask her.
I was like, hold on, I know that's not, bro. I'm trying to run upstairs. I remember, I was like, you know what? I forgot what was going on that day. I don't know if Shy had to work or what. Something happened that
Mm-hmm.
day, and I was like, by the time she was done, I finally could go upstairs because it
Mm-hmm.
was too loud. We had people over that day. It was real loud downstairs. Because remember, I
Oh,
told you, like my house was
yeah.
chaotic as hell that day. And then she was upstairs doing something, so I couldn't go in the room. It was too noisy down here. Um, so when I finally got a chance to go upstairs, by the time I was about to jump on, she jumped off, or y'all were ending, like right either way. But I was like, oh, oh, these motherfuckers.
You
Oh,
know what it was? This what it was. It was she had commented or something or said something, and I had sent the link. I was like, "Hey, come through then." And she was like, "All right, cool." I thought she wasn't gonna do it because I knew she said she was doing something or whatever. Like I saw a tweet earlier, like I think they had a gathering or somewhere she was going or something because they was going to watch something by somebody's house or something like that. She was going to be at a function, so I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Next thing you know, it was like, and then Fam was like, "Nah, I'm gonna come through," and I was like, "Oh, okay, he probably gonna be able to stay a little while." Man, Fam stayed for a
the
good
whole show.
while. It
I'm
was
about
a
to say
few people.
majority of the show, him and who else was on? It was him.
Gresh was
Gresh was
another. I didn't
there.
even. I thought
Gresh was there for a good minute.
that nigga told me he had to work because I was
Jr.
telling him I was like, "Yeah, we
Mm.
probably gonna do it this weekend over there." He was like, "Damn." He's like, "I'm gonna try to tune in." He was like, "I think I have to work." And then he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come through. Send me the link." I was like, "I thought you was working,
Ooh,
nigga."
oh my god. Hey, Fox is nasty.
Bruh. I,
Fox is nasty.
I put it to you like this: that kid been that good for a long ass time.
He has. He
I
really
had a
has.
guy that I knew through my church, this men's ministry I used to be on. He used to be a coach up in Cyprus.
Hey, Luca passes are beautiful.
He said Fox been like that since like like
Ooh.
middle school
Hey, bro, he almost made AR fall.
because they used to have to coach against him back then. He was like, "Man, that kid's been good like that. Like that's nothing new, nothing new to them."
If Reeves wouldn't have caught his foot and he was going down on that, right before he hit that
Mm-hmm.
spin, he was
Mm-hmm.
going down.
Oh shit, we got Chiefs Broncos on
I
Christmas
was
night.
I was just about to say that. That's going to be interesting. That's a very
Chiefs might be fighting for their playoff life in that game, man.
they probably will be.
Shit.
I also love this young man Vassell. I like what uh the Spurs have. And the fact that
Mm-hmm.
my dog Barnes been in the league this long, consistent. Consistent Barnes, man. Barnes keep him a job, boy.
Because he's a good,
Woo!
smart player who's going to
No
do
foul on that?
exactly what was
Oh,
asked of him.
that's crazy. But I love the young guards that Harper
I
and
hope you're
Vassell.
happy with somebody new.
Man,
Make them wrong.
episode 101.
The way that I was.
On the road to the next 100.
We're back, guys.
I had you.
We're back.
Man.
99 more to go to get to 200.
When you said it like that, I'm like, fuck.
I said it like that for that too, because I was thinking about it when I said it.
Like, fuck. It's a long way away.
It is,
But shit,
But
man, we look
I love
back.
doing this, man. Look, listen. I'm already looking forward to episode 1,000. I'm
Hey, man.
I'm already looking. I'm that far. I'm trying to hit them Joe Budden numbers. How Joe be saying it? Joe be, hey, every week Joe asks what episode is this, and he be so shocked that we had this number. He was like, damn. Like Parks will tell him what number it is. He be like, shit, we here. I want to get there where I'm just like, damn, we made it 1,944.
Should be crazy. But it's like I had a talk with an OG of the game, and he was like, hey, bro, consistency and quality.
I was just about to say that.
Consistency and quality. He was like, that's the two biggest things you could hope for in this business is consistency and quality.
I got so much up here that I need to put on pad or record a video talking about to myself. But 2026 is going to be amazing. I want to definitely take everything we doing far. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, man. But with all that being said, episode 101 is in the books. We'll holler at y'all next week.
I'm still from Texas, Houston, baby.